all of this, the U.S. is also fighting in the Pacific. And the turning point for Americans against the Japanese happened in the Pacific at Midway Island. Midway was a new kind of naval battle, because instead of armed ships facing one another and fighting one another directly, the fighting was carried on by small, swift aircraft that took off from the decks of aircraft carriers. And they could bomb vessels many, many miles away. The Japanese, of course, sought to destroy Midway because of the naval base that was there, and they felt that if they did that, they could then control the Pacific. The U.S. Navy in the Pacific was led by Admiral Nimitz. He had decoded messages from the Japanese, and he knew of their plans to attack the Midway. So at the Midway, the most important naval battle took place. At the Midway, the U.S. had a decisive victory. It destroyed 4 Japanese aircraft carriers, and hundreds of aircraft and pilots were eliminated from Japan's naval forces. So finally, the Japanese were stalled in their crawl towards the United States. Then the U.S. could begin their strategy of island hopping. This is the strategy of taking over one island after another, moving across the Pacific until you get to the Japanese mainland. So this involves taking islands from Japanese control and converting them into U.S. bases. Slowly, the U.S. would reach the Japanese mainland. The problem was that the Japanese did not surrender these islands easily. The Japanese fought until the death, until the very last man. So it was a very slow process, a very difficult and violent struggle. That ends the presentation for today. We'll look forward to seeing you in class.